Hi YouTube. So, I had actually planned to do a video again quite this early, but this new story came up today and I felt the need to say something about it. So, as of today, Marvel Comics has come forth to announce that they're going to produce a new superhero. Well, I say new, but it's not really new. They basically decided to reimagine Thor as a woman. Which, yeah, apparently what they're going to do is that Thor is apparently now no longer worthy of wielding his power as the god of thunder, so Mjolnir has found a new wielder in what they're calling a new brand of female superhero, who has proven her worth and emerged as the new mighty Thor. Marvel editor Will Moss has said that the inscription on Thor's hammer reads, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor," and that it's time to update that inscription. Marvel's gone on record as calling this whole development shocking and exciting. I call it fucking sad and pathetic. Okay, look. Over the years, Marvel has prostituted itself out to some really idiotic people with some really fucking stupid ideas. There was that bullshit of the Clone Wars, then One More Day, of which we don't speak about. Then there was Storm marrying Black Panther, which is something that I will never forgive Marvel for until the day they all burn in the flames of hell. Or then there was Emma Frost hooking up with Cyclops, an event for which everyone involved should be anally probed with rusted-out chainsaws dipped in battery acid. But now they're trying to pander to the absolute lowest aspect of humanity, feminists and the social justice crowd. Fuck! Jason Aaron, who's apparently going to be the writer of this piece of shit, has gone on record saying that this is not going to be Lady Thor, or She-Thor, or Thorita. This is Thor, the one true Thor of the Marvel Universe. Meanwhile, the Thor that everyone knows about is going to be deemed unworthy and no longer able to wield his hammer. You know, really, there's so much wrong with this bullshit that I have to do bullet points just to sort this out. But these are just the first 5 reasons off the top of my head this is a fucking stupid idea. Okay? Number 1, first and foremost, this is not going to make the story any better. It's just pandering to idiots. There is no story reason to make the change. It won't make the comics inherently better just to fuck up the lore. It's not a narrative change. It is being done for no other reason than pure pandering. It is terrible writing. It is terrible marketing. It is terrible business. It is plain and simply a fucking terrible idea. 2. Thor is based on a character from mythological lore. That character is not female, so making him a female for no reason messes up the lore for no reason. Okay, I mean, look, let's be honest here. Now, I know that Jason Aaron tried to say that this character will not be She-Thor, but yes, she will exactly be She-Thor. You dumbass ink jockey. Just because you say this is Thor does not mean it is. Thor is not just whatever asshole wields his electrically enhanced phallic symbol. He is a character with thoughts, personality, friends, loved ones, enemies, and history. He is the son of Odin, the brother of Loki, guardian of Midgard. You can't just go off and turn some vacant-eyed bimbo into Thor just because you don't like the fact that the inscription on his hammer is gender-specific. The inscription is that whosoever wields the hammer will possess the power of Thor, not be Thor. Beta Ray Bill and Thunderstrike can wield the hammer too, but they are not Thor. 3. And this is something for the feminists. This also sends the message that the only way to make a decent female superhero is if you take a male superhero and give it female reproductive organs. A female character can't stand on her own merits. She has to have a male character do all the work for her. Then once the hard work is done and the franchise is established, the little lady can take over. Admittedly, this is how feminism has always operated, but you don't have to apply the same principles to your fucking comics. 4. And this is, I think, the one that really, that really jumps out at me and really annoys me. They're doing this to appeal to women, when there were already dozens of existing female characters that could have been used and given their own series. Just off the top of my head, I can think of at least 10 existing great female characters that I would like to see have a series of their own. Jubilee, Storm, Lady Sif, the Invisible Woman, Spider-Woman, Crystal, Mockingbird, Rogue, Jean Grey, Scarlet Witch, and one of my personal favorites, Shadowcat. They could have highlighted the female heroes they already have, rather than take a male hero and change him for the purposes of having some girl riding Thor's cape. And they did it just because Thor is hot and popular right now. Never mind, being creative, making up an entirely new superhero, and making that one popular. No, let's just take what guys have already done and change it for girls. Fucking hell! And the sad thing is, this is how feminism works. And lastly, number 5. As mentioned above, they're doing this to appeal to women. To get them reading comics. Except women weren't reading comics before, despite all the perfectly good female superheroes they had. That's why there aren't a lot of singular female superheroes with their own comics. If women had been interested in and supported those comics and characters before, this wouldn't be an issue now. But they didn't, and they still won't, because it's not a pastime most women care about. That's why you don't see these same femfox bitching about these things writing their own, That's why you don't see these same femfox who are bitching about these things writing their own comic books, because they don't really care about the comics or the characters. They just care about getting everyone else to do what they want them to. But don't take it from me, these are some of the fan responses that have been popping up. Damonixa wrote, "Is this what female readers need? What the fuck? I'm female, and I'd rather stare at Thor's sexy body than a pair of boobs. I see them all the time when I look down. They're boring. On a serious note, this move totally destroys Thor and makes him ridiculous. I like Lady Loki because Loki is a shapeshifter, but this is a painfully lame idea." Zombie Snake wrote, "We want innovation, not an update or a patch that gives all the male characters boobs." JKI78 wrote, "Okay, this is just stupid and undermines rather than bolsters the feminine image in superhero comics. The obvious message here being that genuine female characters have no worth, or at least not as much worth as female-looking characters derived off of masculine archetypes. Plus, if Marvel wanted to explore Norse mythology meets superhero ethos from a female perspective, Norse mythology and closely related Celtic mythology are both rife with awesome female warriors to choose from. They should have gone that route and capitalized on an opportunity to actually inspire people to learn something. Both mythological traditions have many incredible characters most people know nothing about. But no, when faced with stupid option A or clever option B, Marvel chose option A. I am not surprised, but I am disappointed." Okay, look, Marvel, try to understand this, okay? It does not matter what you do to appease these feminists. They will whine and bitch regardless because they're a bunch of whiny bitches. Complaining and playing the victim is all that gets these people up in the morning and allows them to make it through their normal day. Shit like this won't matter because it's not about women to them, it's about power. The power to play the victim and to get their way because of it. The women who actually read comics are not going to give a shit about this. The ones who are bitching are the ones who don't really read comics, but feel that somewhere, some way, there is some segment of reality that is not exactly the way they want it. You cannot appease them, you cannot reason with them. They do not feel pity, or remorse, or fear, and they absolutely will not stop ever until you are their slave. I'm out. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and fucking feminists.